Welcome to Salisbury Cathedral, the home of the Magna Carta. Hello there, welcome to my channel. As you can see, it's a nice cold English morning in winter. So yeah, I hope I don't stutter too much from the cold. But yeah, welcome to my channel. I'm at the beautiful Salisbury Cathedral. And it's absolutely magnificent, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. I'm so proud of my English history. Anyway, the reason why I'm here today is to talk about the Magna Carta, because it's actually held in the back here. Unfortunately, I can't see it because it doesn't open till 12:30 and I have to go on to Winchester Cathedral. But anyway, I've done a video on the Magna Carta, so here goes. So behind me is Salisbury Cathedral, a place of prayer, worship, and one of the most important legal documents in human history. Inside this cathedral, literally just over there, is one of the 4 surviving original copies of the Magna Carta, which was sealed in 1215. It was written over 800 years ago, yet its ideas still shape modern law, democracy, and human rights across the country. So how did a medieval Christian charter, written in Latin, end up influencing courts, parliaments, and constitutions from Britain to America? The Magna Carta, meaning Great Charter, was forced upon King John of England by rebellious barons in 1215. But it wasn't just a political revolt, it was grounded in Christian understanding of law. The opening words of the Magna Carta declare, "To the honour of God and for the salvation of our souls." This document assumes something radical for its time. The king is not above God's law. In medieval Christian thought, rulers were accountable to God, scripture, and natural law. The Magna Carta made that belief legally explicit. One of the Magna Carta's most revolutionary ideas is this, that the law applies to everyone, including the king. Before this, kings ruled largely by force and personal will. After the Magna Carta, authority was limited. This idea becomes the foundation of what we now call the rule of law, constitutional parliament, and limits on state power. Today, when courts overrule governments or when politicians are held accountable, that principle traces its roots back to here, to Salisbury. One clause of Magna Carta is quoted more than any other. No free man shall be imprisoned except by the lawful judgment of his equals or by the law of the land. This becomes the basis for trial by jury, presumption of innocence, and the habeas corpus, which means you can't be jailed without the lawful reason. These ideas are now common to British common law, the European legal system, the American Constitution, international human rights law. Every time someone demands a fair trial, legal representation, or protection from arbitrary arrest, Magna Carta is speaking. Importantly, the Magna Carta does not come from secular humanism, it comes from Christian theology. The belief underlying it is this: humans have dignity because they are created by God. And authority exists to serve justice, not dominate people. That's why the Church played a key role. The Archbishop of Canterbury, Stephen Langton, helped shape the document, drawing on biblical ideas of covenant and justice. The Christian view of law later influences the English common law traditions, the Protestant reformers, Enlightenment thinkers, and modern human rights language. The Magna Carta influence reaches far beyond England. It directly shaped the English Bill of Human Rights in 1689, the US Declaration of Independence, the US Constitution, modern democratic constitutions worldwide. In fact, The US Supreme Court has cited Magna Carta over 160 times, and one of the best preserved original copies is right here in Salisbury Cathedral. So Salisbury holds Magna Carta not as a museum curiosity, but as a moral and spiritual artefact. It reminds us that law is accountable to truth, power must be restrained, justice comes from moral foundations. In an age where laws are constantly changing, Magna Carta asks a timeless question: who holds power accountable and by what standard? Magna Carta isn't just a medieval document, it's a living legacy. It shaped modern law, protected individual freedom, and insisted that no ruler stands above justice. And it did so by not rejecting Christianity, but by applying it. If you want to understand modern society, democracy and human rights, you don't start in Washington or Paris, you start right here at Salisbury Cathedral. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And yeah, I think it's time for me to get a coffee. But anyway, if you like it, please like and subscribe. Thank you, and see you in the next one.